And here,
ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, good morning, Mr. and Mrs. America, and all the ships at sea. Welcome to
hi, I'm back. And all the momentum is gone. It takes a half a second. All the momentum leaves. It's like crispy chickens. You know what I mean? It's like crispy chicken dinners. You know what I mean? That's the thing. You know what I mean? Like that's how it happened. That's how it happened. And what ends up happening is you lose the momentum. And once you lose the momentum, ladies and gentlemen, it's pretty hard to get it back. Pretty hard to get it back. So I'm going to be out here talking to the void, and I'm okay with that. I've done this before. This is not a new thing to me. This is not a new thing to me. So, how you guys doing? Oh, can we not? I love you, damn it. We gonna talk. Hey, big, my friend Michael Pruitt's in the building. Good morning, Michael. I hope you were healing, my friend, because we need you out in this fight. We need you out in this fight. We need you out in this fight, sir. Because, quite frankly, it's nasty out here. But that is one of the things that I wanted to talk about today. So, let me get through the usual greetings and stuff like that. Where'd he go? Go. Oh, there he is. We're just going to go right into it because I'm late. Godzilla -1 in hell. Let's have a good show, kids. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, good morning, Mr. and Mrs. America, and all the ships at sea. Welcome to a Truthful Thursday episode of the sound of coffee. As always, my name is Thomas Bishop. I am known as the Villain. My title and designation is the Brutalist, the leader of the Villains Guild, a proud, upstanding member of the Outcast Nation. What are your mama joke this morning? I'm the AI your mama fell in love with. If your mom is currently packing to leave your father, it's my fault. It is. I'm just going to tell you honestly. Because somebody took the silky, smooth sounds that come out of my throat, and then they turned around, made AI out of it, and told your mom that your dad has a shrimp dick. It ain't my fault. I got it. I wasn't even there. Wasn't even in the room when it happened. But I'm telling you right now, your mom walking around here, know what I mean? Packing up to pack out, shipping out, you know what I mean? And it's all because, my AI voice told her to. For the first time in several months, I can honestly say this, ladies and gentlemen, my co-host for the show, Persepolis, the Cactus. He has returned, ladies and gentlemen. My cactus. I can call him my emotional support cactus if I want to, and ain't a goddamn thing y'all said to me about it. I'm a grown ass man. You know what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? I'm a grown ass man. What you gonna do? Thomas has the villain has a emotional support cactus. Yeah, bitch, and you ain't got no daddy. So I guess that makes us even. Ashley, how's my beautiful sister? How's my beautiful sister doing this morning, Ashley? Ashley, do not forget, this is not a time for you to be in this alone. You know what I'm saying? Reach out. We got you. You one of us. We protect our own around here. So if you need any of us, including me with my big, although tore up ass shoulders, I'm here for you. And know that I love you and I'm proud of you. And you are a beautiful, beautiful sister. Don't ever think otherwise. All right, kids. I want to get right into this subject. It has been weighing on me for the past couple of days. Not gonna lie. It has been weighing on me for the past couple of days. Now, this morning, you got nice shoulders. Hey, yo! Shoulder lean. Way to go, presents Shoulder Lean. I'm good, Thomas. Thank you for asking. I'll always need you, and I will always need you, Ashley. I need sisters in my life that will tell me when I'm wrong. I need sisters like that in my life. The reason I value my siblings so damn much and put so much love into them is because of that. It is because of that. Because we might as well just go ahead and get into it. All right, so this morning, TikTok has a new tool where you can type in a person's name and their little AI thing tells you everything you need to know about them. So I did that with my own name. Permanently banned March 26th for numerous community guidelines violations, blah, 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 blah. Okay, all right, I got that. There was a video by a woman by the name of Crazy Asian? I believe that's her name. I believe. Now, mind you, I've been following this woman for 3 years. No, not 3, 2.5 years. About 2.5 years. Well, however long she's been making content, I've been following. She's the one that had those Donald Trump stress dolls that look like a stick figure that you could just smack upside the head and shit. Remember that? She's the one that, you know what I mean? She makes a video where she says, oh, wow, I just found out Thomas Bishop was banned. But then it's what she said afterward. Wow, you think you know a person. Puck? Somebody in the comment section said, yo, I'm really upset that he got banned. And he's not banned. He has his own backup. And she was like, yeah, but I pray for that brother that he gets, that he gets some help and not find a way to dox people. This is the narrative that is going around about me. Now, a lot of y'all can say, yo, that's egotistical of you to try to make this center this on you. It's not. I'm using myself as an example. Because what I want to talk about today is relationships, parasocial relationships, and social media. It took a drunk and a dude who routinely bashes black women to ruin a reputation that I built in 5 years. Now, mind you, he didn't ruin it. It really honestly didn't. Because I'm the same person I was from video 1 till today. Okay? Right? But it only took that for people to all of a sudden not know me. Another cat used to follow, used to use my shit. named AC. He tells me that I was wrong for threatening a judge. Now, y'all saw when Carlos and his husband Chris came in here. Y'all saw that. Did any of you hear me threaten a judge? Just out of curiosity. Any of you? Did y'all ever hear me threaten a federal judge? Did any of you hear? The one of y'all that watched it that day, did y'all ever hear that? Movie fanatic, I know. Hey, check out my backup. My backup, The Sound of Coffee. Now think about that. 5 years. No nudity. No dick pic DMs. Nothing. It is simply because people do not like where I come from and how I speak. That's it. I use profanity. Yes. I spent 20 some odd years in uniform, damn it. I'm going to use profanity. Duh. But when TikTok was bought by Oracle, I kind of saw the writing on the wall. It ain't going to take much. Morning, Harley, with your beautiful self. It won't take much. I knew that the moment Oracle bought or fully controlled TikTok, which, by the way, Oracle is owned. Grand Rising, April, with your beautiful self. Annabelle's in the building. Good morning, beautiful. Mind you, Larry Ellison has a woman in charge of TikTok who used to be an IDF soldier. But all of that's beside the point. I'm not going to get into those conspiracy theories about Jews and shit like that. I'm not going to do it, right? But it literally brings a point to what I am trying to talk about this morning. Now, I'm going to show you what Taz says. Comprehension OS at an all-time low. They didn't pay attention. They simply listened to Carlos because he misrepresented his paperwork. And that's exactly what he did. That's exactly what he did. You know what I mean? Same account, 5 years. But here's the thing. Right now, every one of you are either watching me on a computer or your phone, right? So y'all are either watching me on a computer or your phone. So literally, I can be anything I want to be. In fact, the very first time I ever opened up TikTok, I could have been anything I wanted to be. I could have been a right winger. Could have. Could have came on and extolled the virtues of Donald John Trump. I could have been like Jeffree Star. Here's some makeup, but you're niggers. I could have done that. I could have been like James Charles. I'm telling you all of my stories as this up-and-coming makeup artist and gay man, but I'm also hitting on 15-year-olds. Social media is just like the secret soldier serum that they use to make Captain America. I said what I said. Morning, Samantha. Cinnamon in the building. Your beautiful self. Social media is just like the secret soldier serum. And if you remember what that doctor told Steve Rogers was this: it doesn't make you stronger. It enhances what is already there. So if you're a good man, you become great. But if you're an evil man, you become evil or more evil. Right? And we saw the contrast. Here's Steve Rogers, a kid that literally just wanted to fight for his country but was too small and things of that nature, volunteering for a program that would allow him to be able to fight in the war. And you had the Red Skull, a man who was hell-bent on power at any cost. Both of them took the serum. Look at how they turned out. Social media is the same thing. Social media is the same thing. And you cannot hide for very long. Off Jagwagon or whatever the hell his goddamn name is. Perfect example. Perfect goddamn example. Here's a liberal guy in the country, and he talking all that country shit, and he's being liberal and redneck and this, that, and the third. And then he turns out that he drinks too goddamn much and he likes touching women. Seriously, that's exactly what the hell happened. America has never had a royal family. We've never had a king or a queen or anything like that. But we have turned our celebrities into those people. Exactly. Thank you, Jack's mom. The Boys series was the same. It was too dark, couldn't watch it. Get that. I got that, and I get it. But again, we don't have a royal family. So therefore, we have to make our royals. In America, we have to make our royals. We got to make them. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, what ends up happening is if you get a big enough of a following, you now become part of that celebrity culture. I always call myself a Z-list celebrity, and I leave it at that. I am not that goddamn thing. You will not see me on a red carpet unless when I direct this documentary. I hope I am. You will not see me. Good morning, Cinnamon. Beautiful self. You will not see me hobnobbing at the Vanity Fair, blah, blah, blah. You won't see it, okay? This is a media company. Our primary medium is the radio. Every host that has a show on here uses the radio. We sign into the butt system, hit the play button, boom. You know what I mean? So I call myself a Z-list celebrity. But I also understand that at a certain point, when I only had 5,000 followers, it was cool. Oh, y'all gonna be invited to the after party. Hey, if this documentary hits and there's Oscar contention and shit like that, even if we don't win, what I said we were going to? Chili's? We all going to Chili's. Everyone. We are going to cater. Either we going to cater or we going to have all of y'all come into one Chili's and listen, baby back ribs for everybody, unless you're a vegan, in which case I'm gonna make sure you get some vegan food, some vegan ribs. My wife can make some vegan ribs, but let this documentary hit big. Let it hit big and watch what we all go into Chili's. Every one of us. The documentary, it's still in the planning stages, Miss Lyles, but it's going to be about PTSD. It is going to be about PTSD. So there's that. But again, I've never considered. I want wings, sir. Angry, you can have wings. I think if we sell this documentary and it gets Oscar nominations and shit, I'm pretty sure we can afford those wings, sir. You too, can we not? We're gonna make sure y'all get y'all wings, you know what I mean? But again, I've never considered myself famous. I've never considered myself famous enough to, oh wow, people stop me. Like when me and my wife went to Memphis for our anniversary, and people knew me. People knew me. They were like, yo, you the villain, what's up? And I'm taking pictures with people. I'm more humbled by that than anything. But again, you reach a certain point and you start to question things. I'm going to be dead ass honest with you. The best and the worst thing that's ever happened to me in my social media career was that I passed 1 million followers on TikTok. That was the worst, dead ass. I'm not going to lie about it. I'm not going to lie about it. One of the best and one of the worst things that ever happened was me passing 1 million followers. Why? Because now I got to start asking myself, are these my friends or are they followers? I have met a lot of my fellow quote unquote TikTokers off app. I met USMC Angry Veteran, met him, loved the guy. I fundraised for him. Like, when he needed another service dog. I'm out here putting out, hey, yo, my man Matt, aka USMC Angry Veteran, needs another service dog. I met Mandy Ray. Everybody loves them some Mandy Ray, this little cute pixie-ass white woman. Met her, loved her, gave her some love. I told it was crazy because I was in a live with her. That's who it was. I was in a live with her and Token. And Token basically was trying to blame her for what Off Jagwagon did to her. So Mandy's in the box and I'm in the box. So he's like, well, you might have left it, you might have let him on. You might have let him on. And I'm like, Mandy, you and I have been in the same, we've had dinner together, right? She said, yeah. I said, didn't we not go to Office Depot that same day? It was you, me, Matt, and a whole bunch of other people. She said, yeah. I said, did I not hold your hand just to make sure you were okay? She said, yeah. I said, did you think in any way, shape, form, or fashion I wanted to have sex with you? She said, no. And I'm like, I never took it that you wanted to have sex with me. I'm just like, yo, I'm holding my friend's hand. It is those parasocial relationships that make things difficult in a social media age. Kimmy, good morning, beautiful. It is those parasocial relationships. You see, with me, if I can't text you, haven't sent the email to you, been on a Zoom with you, I don't, cause we like dead ass or some shit like this. I really honestly cannot consider you a friend. And what I realized, and we got a magpie check, we need a magpie check. What I realized is how many people really honestly think the followers that they have on TikTok are their friends. They're not your friends. They're not your friends. Can we not? You can have a hug. Trust me. You can have a hug. But these people aren't your friends. They're not. My oldest quote unquote TikTok friend, and I'll be honest with you, is Elijah, aka Professor Moriarty. The very first time I ever butted heads with anybody was with him. With him. And it wasn't until him and I, through DMs, this was not some, I'm going to call you, no, I'm going to call you. This was DMs, him and I understood each other a lot better. When I was feeling like I could no longer, I got to take a break from this shit, the hashtag the Villains Guild, I asked him to carry. I asked him to carry. And he did. And he still has to this very day. Have E and I had our spats? Yep, we have. Because we're two 54-year-old men who have been, oh shit, wait a minute, ladies and gentlemen. Sphinx Award winner, Mr. Josh Jones. What is it, Josh Jones? Josh the Poet Music is in the building. I'm about to call you Josh Jones. Top City, don't worry about it. You ain't never late to this show. You know that. Thank you. Chris Lotus, thank you. Thank you. Thomas Bishop, it's almost like how some people are with hip-hop, R&B, and other forms of black music. They like the beats, grooves, and singing, but they don't like black people. Exactly. At a certain point, I really had to ask myself, one of our former members went on an expansion tour. This sumbitch was signing up anybody and their grandmother to be a part of the guild. And listen, we were like, yo, what the hell is going on? I didn't even know you were I didn't even know you were here. The next so-called quote-unquote TikTok friend I made was Angry. Angry sent me a DM. He said, yo, man, I love what you do, man. I love the guild. I want to send you something. I'm like, okay. So I gave him my email address. He sent me the very first Villains Guild logo, the first one. And it was literally in the form of a goddamn Superman shield. I genuinely want y'all to know, because I still have that thing. I still have it. I still have it to this very day. And I've told Angry, goddamn it, I'm not getting rid of that. You know what kind of shit? For a guy that don't know me to reach out to me and send me something, I was blown the F away. Blown away. What Jay said, everybody loves what Jay said. Southern woman, beautiful human being. I just adopted her as my little sister, and she adopted me as her big brother. She texts me and calls me all the time. Right? Our former member, he was another one. Sour Latte. She reached out to me. Sour Latte reached out to me when I was really going through something. I think it was like maybe the first or second anniversary. No, it was the first anniversary of my mom passing away. Sour Latte reached out to me out of the blue. Out of the blue. Brother, I'm here for you. I'm like, thanks, sis. She's like, do you want to talk? And we would talk through DMs. Once again, this is all through DM. From that grouping, from that 6, the Villains Guild was born. It is something I never take as, oh, this was mine. Oh, I did it. No. There are 6 original members of this shit. When our former member was kicked out, Gambit stepped up, as well he should. Because the first person on the recruitment drive was Gambit. These 6 people, or not these 5 other people, I know I can call, I can email, I can Zoom with these 5 people. Those, ladies and gentlemen, are my friends, my true friends. Throughout knowing them, I met people like Taz. People are always telling me, yo, Taz is this, Taz is that. I'm like, that's not the Taz I know. It isn't. I'm sorry. I genuinely don't care. The Taz I know is one of the kick-assest human beings I've ever met in my entire life. A sister with style, smarts, and sass. A black woman that will read you up and down and make you get you turned on by her telling your ass off. I don't know who else this other person is. I don't care either. I met Chaos. My big brother. My big brother. Like, I need y'all to understand, I'm protected by that man. By that man. Like family. Do you understand what I'm trying to tell you? Family. All right, we got it. We got a $5 super chat from May Money in the building. $5 super chat.
Donations, gifts.
Hi, sir. I love your content. I had no idea you were on YouTube. I do a similar content and appreciate your work. I hope to talk sometime. Love you from Oakland. Hey, May Money, just reach out to me. Send me a message or something. I appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. But again, I'm protected by this man. Protected. And I love him. And I can say that out loud. I don't want a goddamn thing to happen to Chaos, to Angry, to Taz, to what Jay said, to Sour Latte, to Gambit. I don't want shit to happen to Professor Moriarty because these people are my friends, my family. Dave the Viking, family. Tiger Bomb, family. Doc Hazard, family. The sort of quality people that I've always wanted within the guild. We brought in new people. Indigenous Goth, Encrypted Insanity, Swords. This is family to me. And it's not family because, oh my God, you follow me on TikTok. No, it's family because they've actually put in the work. They've actually been the sort of people that if I ever got down, if I ever fell down, if my heart ever hurt, if I'm just not feeling it, I can reach out to any of them. Morning, Nana. Love you. Nana J's a perfect example. I remember saying that Wolfie, everybody is good, brother. Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. Nana J, I remember when Nana J said to me, no, when I said on this show, I've never had a grandmother. I have never had I haven't. That's not me lying. It's family because y'all encouraged me to pursue my dreams of a shoulder movie. Sir, with your shoulder dreams. Way to go, presents Shoulderly, Shoulder. Way to go. Way to go, his family. I said I didn't know. I never had a grandmother because I haven't. And I have lived with the specter of my grandmother dying a few weeks before I was born. Now that specter is twice as large because my mother passed away in my birth month. Now, again, I'm not telling any of you all of this for sympathy or coins or anything like that. I'm telling you because this is the life that is outside of the screens that you are watching me on right now. Right now. You know what I mean? This is the life I lead outside of this screen. Oh, shit. You got an EP dropping pretty soon called Side Tape, sir. I'm gonna need a couple of copies of that. I gotta pay, but sir, I'm gonna need a couple of copies of that. You know what I mean? None of us, and by us, I mean content creators, none of us know you. Your likes, your loves, your laughs, your hates, your desires, your dreams, your ambitions. We don't know you. We don't. We hope by the product that we put out, the videos and the lives and things of that nature, we hope that you understand us. We hope that you are willing to hang around and learn from us or laugh with us or cry with us and things of that nature, but we do not know you. And what ends up happening is we become dependent on you to view us, and you depend on us to bring you content. Now, where does that go wrong? Like I said, social media is the super soldier serum. If you have good intentions, if you have a life where even if your shit is messed up, you're still working on it. When you stand in front of a camera, the only thing that can come out is the real you. Camera don't lie. Camera does not lie. You do, but the camera doesn't. The camera does not. You see, a lot of people want to believe that they can pretend that, oh, I'm this person. This is really me. And then you see them out in public. The problem with the way social media has warped our thinking is people are actually shocked when people they've watched, I watched every video for every day for 10 years, turn out to be pricks. They've always been pricks. You just didn't notice because they never put their prickishness out there. They've never put their prickishness out there. Never. I have agoraphobia like you would not believe. I'm not really good in crowds. I'm not. That's not something that makes me standoffish or I'm better than you. I am nervous around a big, large group of people. I've gone to comic book conventions and just tried to ignore everything that is going on just so I can focus on the things that I want to focus on. But that is a goddamn, that right there is a crucible. That is a goddamn crucible. If you have agoraphobia and you go to a goddamn comic book convention, your ass is in trouble. You are in trouble. You are in trouble. You out here like this.
I've made a huge mistake.
So I don't hide that. Why would I? So when I make a video, I'm not making with the intent of, oh, I'll see you outside of the screen. But if it happens, a one-on-one, a two-on-two, cool, great, fantastic. But 100? 100? Cinnamon even said it. I feel like I run the gauntlet every time I go to work. You wouldn't know it, but it saps the life out of me every time. A lot of us suffer from this. But when you get on screen, you can be Superman, ultra mega super duper man, but your life can be falling apart. Look at Joseph Redden, for example, the older millennial. Never in the history of words coming out of a person's throat has anybody been that wrong that consistently for that amount of time. Like, that man's life is a dumpster fire having sex with himself in a mirror. But when he comes on the screen, what does he sound like? This confident, smart man. You know what I mean? Like, how weird is that? How weird is that? His whole MO is this confident man that knows what he's talking about. Joseph Redden's life is a dumpster fire having sex with its goddamn self. Wolfie said, Thomas Bishop, here's a laugh for you today. As from today, in Australia, Pornhub is banned. Oh my God! Man, look at here, man. Here, listen, this is Harley. God damn. No Pornhub and goddamn, oof. Thomas Bishop, I have social anxiety, bipolar depression, and ADHD. I have things I want to share, but my social anxiety doesn't let me a lot of the time. Being on a Discord VC makes it better. And again, the reason our Discord is the way it is, it's because I want people to feel comfortable talking about those things. I do. Sorry, I do. Because I know that. I know we're not all comfortable around other people and shit like that. I know this. Hold on, this is Magpie. Thomas, in Germany, we have a saying called showing your chocolate side, which translates to sanitizing everything about yourself just to be liked. That phrase always stuck with me because it's true. Get it while you can. You can't get the no, Top City, they can't. They can't, man. Well, Josh ain't taking a trip to Australia. Know what I'm saying? Know what I'm saying? You can build a persona based on everything you think you are, but it will inevitably fail. And the other aspect of it failing is you notice who all was there for the rise will not always be there for the fall. I said what I said. Said what I said. Smoking Out reached out to me the other day and said we need an updated list of all members of the guild. So I pulled it out and I had to look at it. But I wasn't just looking at members or former members of the guild. I was looking at people who I thought I knew. People I thought were my friends. I fell for the bullshit. I did. That's how insidious parasocial relationships on social media are. That's how that happened. You know what I mean? That's how that happened. I'm sitting there looking at this list and I'm remembering conversations that I had with a lot of people that are no longer in the guild. And I'm saying to myself, they were only here because I had 1 million followers. And somebody, I think Taz and Chaos both told me that. They don't give a shit about you, Thomas. They are only here because it's cool to hang out with the villain. That's it. That was the only thing. And sadly, it's true. It's true. So here's this crazy Asian woman, and that's her name, Crazy Asian something, right? Who literally follows me. Who could have at any time reached out and said, yo, what is going on? She decided to believe what everybody else said. That AC cat I was telling y'all about followed me for years. Believing bullshit that came out of 2 other people's mouths rather than asking me. You cannot have the rules that you have in life on social media. The shit don't work. Shit don't work. By the way, someone please tell me Trump with Jake Paul was AI. It might not have been. I don't even know, dog. I don't even know. Morning, Sigrid. I mean, think about it. You could have literally spoke to me, but you didn't. Because in the world, in actual life where you live, where you got to pay bills and poop and shit and piss and things of that nature, to take the accusations of one person without talking about the other person is kind of like a social taboo. Like, wait a minute, you only believe one side of the story? What kind of shit is that? Right? Not on social media. On social media, the most sensational sizzle will always be more preferable than the cooking of the steak. The sizzle is all that matters. The sizzle is all that matters. The steak, I mean, it's kind of anticlimactic after that, right? You know what I mean? Like, oh shit, I'm eating. I get a steak. Ooh, there is a banana pudding festival in Midgeville in 2 weeks. I might lose my left foot. And I also want you to think about who is it that owns these social media platforms. Instagram, Facebook, owned by Meta. YouTube, owned by Google. I forgot who the hell owns Snapchat. Oracle owns TikTok. All of these social media places where people go to gather and put videos out and go on live and stuff like that are owned by people, a lot of whom have an agenda. They want that money. They want them eyeballs on the screen. At one point, TikTok was being used by over 150 million people a day. 150 million people a day. That's why if you go on your FYP right now on TikTok, you will see a video from somebody you follow and about 5 ads because your ass is already there. They cultivate your FYP, not you. They anticipate what you think. Oh, shit. He done followed a whole bunch of cat videos. Time to send him some more. But in the process of sending you those cat videos, they also sell you ads. So imagine taking the old mentality of 1980s news. If it bleeds, it leads. Now imagine putting that shit on social media. Imagine. Imagine. That, ladies and gentlemen, that's where that parasocial relationship with your favorites becomes a business. As long as I can make TikTok some money, they didn't have a problem with me. You think my account's been banned 4 times? 4. This makes number 4. 4 times. Why? For nothing else other than the fact that I use profanity and I clap back, which is what I would do in real life. You're not going to come up to my goddamn house and talk shit to my wife. I'm going to beat the shit out of you. You're not going to come to my house and harm my daughter. I'm going to beat the shit out of you. In real life, if somebody walked up on your damn front door or walked in and was messing with your kids or walked in and messing with your mama or messing with your daddy, you would beat the ever-loving shit out of them. Man, woman, trans, straight, it doesn't matter. If they walked up in your house and hurt somebody that you genuinely care about, you trying to send their ass to Kenny Loggins' Jesus. But in social media, anybody can attack. It's the clapback that gets you caught. It is just like school. It is just, y'all remember how school was? Somebody pick on you. You turn around and haul up and punch them in their shit. Who gets in trouble? Who gets in trouble? Not the person that was picking on you, but you. You do. You do. Why? For reacting. And again, the super soldier syndrome. The reason you will never hear, ever hear me call myself a good guy is because podcast bros and passport bros have ruined the words good and guy. Ruined them. Exactly way to go. Exactly. Sticks and stones was gaslighting. Think about this. You're scanning your FYP or whatever. You're on your YouTube shorts or reels or whatever, right? Let's just, for example, you see a video of somebody abusing a child. It's a video. You don't know where it came from. You don't know whose kid that is. You don't know who it is that is abusing them. You don't know. But you react to it. Gay and obsessed for me. He left me alone instantly. Angry's too smooth with his shit. Now, you take that video and you make a video of your own. Now, you have made content off of something that you have seen. In your regular life, if you saw the shit out front of you, good morning, Megan. If you saw that shit out in front of you, you would be calling police. You would be calling child protective services. In life, you would be doing that. On social media, you take this video. You make a video about it yourself. Now, you are bringing awareness. You are bringing, hey, this needs more light on this. In certain social media terms, or in social media places, that is bad. Not the person beating the child. You reacting to it. And again, I go back to this idea that these people are your friends, because they're not. They're not. There's a difference between reacting and responding. More people need to understand this. Can we not? They don't. That's the craziest part. They don't. There's a guy bullied in first grade, bought a 4x4 and beat up my bullies. Almost got expelled, even though my bullies broke my glasses, jumped me, and almost threw me in the streets to get hit by a car. I genuinely want y'all to understand what I am trying to tell you. Okay? Social media and the relationships you form with the people that follow you and who you follow can be toxic as shit. And understanding that it can be toxic as shit, you also have to understand that when you hear a story on social media, you need to do to that story on social media what you would do if somebody walked up to you and told you the exact same thing. Research before you speak. Research. That's literally all you have to do. But how many people will actually do it? How many people will actually take the time to find out whether or not a story that they heard is true or not? In this social media, everything moves at a breakneck pace. Do you think people will even stop to even ask themselves if what they're hearing is true. They won't. They will not. And again, y'all can say I'm being me-centric, but I am using myself as an example because throughout this whole thing with the banning and then the process server and then that video showing up and then Matt's drunk ass out here doing a 60-minute interview with his goddamn self about some shit he didn't know a goddamn thing about. What I am trying to tell you is this. That is the sizzle. That's the sizzle. That. The steak is what truly happened in the lead up to the sizzle. The steak is the part nobody wants to go look for. Nobody wants to look for that. It's just sentiment. It's just how I was talking. That's all. The steak is the truth. Not, oh, let me clip this. Oh, let me clip that. Let me take a comment. Let me take this. Let me take that. Doctored videos. I said that. Doctored video. Doctored video. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, doctored video. It was a doctored video. The one has been run around here, doctored. I had a woman comment on a post about you saying that you bullied a gay man. I knew it was a Carlos supporter. I told her to find out who Carlos was before she defends him. Exactly. But do you think they will? No. No. Carlos has his little grouping of people that follow him and blah, blah, blah. I have my own group of people that follow me. And it's a back and forth, back and forth. But the problem is the truth is still out there. Nobody wants the goddamn steak, but they don't mind when the steak hits the goddamn the frying pan or the fryer or whatever, and the sizzle starts. Because that sizzle, ooh, oh, that sizzle sounds good. Ooh, that steak must be cooking like a mug. You can smell it a little bit. Ooh, that steak smells. Woo, that steak smells good as shit. But the steak itself is still sitting in there cooking. The sizzle is the part that everybody seems to miss. Jack's mom, I'll tell you how you can do that. I can film a 45-minute TikTok video right now and post it because TikTok allows for that shit. If you make a video and then post it, they're just going to post it. But you cannot do 60 minutes on TikTok, right? About the Carlos situation. Mind you, hold on. About the Carlos situation. Mind you, when I came out as bisexual, Thomas was one of the first people to remind me that I was accepted and loved by him, and he didn't need to tell me. I knew. Now again, for me, social media only enhanced what was already there. I came into the shit late. Okay, I wasn't a 21-year-old that got famous. I was in my almost 50. I was ending my military career, which was bittersweet for me because it was the only thing I'd ever wanted to do since I was 7. And my mother passed away. Okay? Those are the 3 things that formed up how I started my TikTok career. I knew I was getting out. So when my very first video was made on the day of the 2020 election, first video ever, where I said, I am tired of bringing stupid people along with us. My career was ending. Almost, and not almost, a month after that, my mother passed away, December 4th. Same year. The very first big, huge viral video I ever had was when I told people gay people are here to stay. There was a gentleman that I followed by the name of Conscious Lee. I didn't follow Conscious Lee on TikTok. I didn't even know what the hell TikTok was. I was watching Conscious Lee videos on Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and shit. So I'm a huge admirer of Conscious Lee. When Conscious Lee duetted that goddamn video, I almost freaked the hell out. I was like, holy shit. That was the first viral video I ever had. Now, again, I came into this late. My military career was ending, and my mother had passed away. All of that shaped the person that I became in front of a camera. Remember, super soldier serum. It didn't, the villain is not, oh, wow, I'm the bad guy. Ooh, come get me. I'm so sexy. No, the villain is, hey, I realize some of y'all in this goddamn room ain't telling the truth. Whole house on fire. Y'all in there talking about, oh, it's a little bit warm. Bitch, we are on fire, goddamn it. We are on fire. Shit is burning around our goddamn head. You ain't got to say that. What you trying to do? Stir up trouble? Yes. Yes, I am. The villain was not, oh, it's so cool, it's sexy, it's edgy. It's truthfulness. It enhances what I already am. Thomas makes me feel confident about being me, even with all my mental health issues in life going on, because Harley, you deserve to. Okay, who's with me? You got to take warning labels off of things and let nature take its course and cull the herd. Come on, Annabelle. Give him a fighting chance, damn it. It enhanced what I already was. The place I was. The mentality I had at the time. It only enhanced it. When Angry makes his slick, smooth-ass videos, Angry's not pretending to be this slick, smooth dude. He's a goddamn nerd. And he does nerd shit you just think is smooth because of his delivery. It enhances what's already there. One of the greatest joys I have in this life, Monica Lander, one of the biggest joys I have in my life right now is the fact that Professor Moriarty is smiling and happy. Do y'all understand that? Do y'all understand what I am trying to explain to you? Since I've known that man, he's always had this dark sadness inside of him. And it is shown in his videos. It enhances what's already there. But I know Elijah. I know him off this screen. I know him away from apps. I've had Zoom calls with that man. Elijah had me in tears. Tears. Real Viola Davis snot from Fences type tears. See what I'm saying? Had me in tears. Talking about the day him and I meet. Tears. Now, again, if my TikTok persona's the bad guy, the villain, I ain't crying. I'm not supposed to cry. I'm not supposed to cry. Brian with the $2 super chat.
Donations. Gifts.
He says, thank you. No, thank you. No, thank you. That's to see him truly become the man that I've always known him to be. To watch his evolution. That shit, it does something to me. Thomas Rich, can you do a special FU episode of The Sound of Coffee to the haters? Oh, listen. Harley, I might actually do that. I might just sit down and go, all my haters. I love to see people come into their own. It gives me more joy than you can possibly imagine. The first time I saw Way to Go, he was very calm, very demure. You know what I mean? But I could tell he was like, I want to say more, but I don't know how. And I'm like, say more. What are you talking about? I'm not taking credit for that. That's Way to Go growing up. That's him coming into his own as far as a content creator and allowing social media to enhance what is already there. Do you know why I am so big on Taz? Because I know where Taz started and I know where Taz is now. And if you have never been around that woman, if you've never had a phone call with her, or if you've never took a text or an email from her, you would not know the growth that Taz has literally came into her own. And it is one of the proudest things about her. Do you know what I'm saying? And again, this is me using social media to enhance what I truly am. And what I truly am is a person that celebrates people when they achieve what they truly can. It ain't got to be about me. I don't want it to be about me. I want it to be about them. I want them to see, look at the person you were when I met you. Look at the person you are now. I tell Josh swears up and down I helped him achieve his goals. No, I just gave you encouragement. Because again, enhancing what I already am. I am not a person that sits at a table narcissistically and everybody has to bow to me. Shit, for the first 3 years of the goddamn guild, we didn't have any leader whatsoever because I didn't want to be one. The guild is structured in such a way that should my voice ever be dimmed, should my voice ever be silenced, should I not be here, somebody will take my place. My dad passed, hold on, because I'm going to tell y'all, thankful every day I found you in the sound of coffee. Wolfie, I'm glad your ass is here. Please remember that. My dad passed away 8 days after my 24th birthday, and we were talking about watching the LSU and Arkansas game together, and a few seconds later, he dropped dead from a massive heart attack. That changed me. You see what I'm saying? You become who you were meant to be outside of the screen. That person is then sent through the screen. The people who I say are my true friends, regardless of whether or not I was in their life for the whole thing or not, I've watched them grow. I have. That's part of that parasocial relationship that I am always trying to overcome. Because if you see me in public, you're going to see the same person you see on the screen. There's no ulterior motive. Ask any woman that has ever sent me a DM. Ask any woman who I've ever had a conversation with. Ask them, have I ever sent them anything inappropriate? And they will tell you, no. Because that's not who I am. I don't drink copious amounts of alcohol. I don't, you know what I mean? Like I don't drink to excess when I go out with people. Hear ye. Trump is now endorsing Jake Paul, possibly looking for another lapdog and found it in Paul. Details on any any TikTok source in Google. Good God.
Oh my God!
I'm going to tell you, I'm going to use Donald Trump as an example in a minute. But you go through things. And if you have a persona on the screen that you have to maintain in order to get brand deals and coins and thousands of people in your lives, when that camera goes off, you got to live with your goddamn self. Not the shit you think you are, but the shit you actually are. The reason why people like our former friend Ben, who is still friends with a lot of people, you know what I mean? He wasn't being honest with himself. Now, I've told him this. This is not something I'm saying out of school. I've told him this. I've said this to him to his goddamn face. It enhances what's already there. If what is already on there is a person with insecurities who is a bad person or whatever, I'm telling you right now, that's what's going to come through the goddamn screen. Do you understand what I am trying to tell you? Thomas Bishop, I feel seen and safe on the Sound of Coffee, and for that, I want to sincerely thank you, my brother. Jamila, I am humbled to know you. I am. I've never, ever asked about your past, nor Harley's. When I found out that you and Harley were mom and daughter, I was absolutely overjoyed. Because to me, having you in my life, even if it's just for this show, even if it's just on Discord or whatever, having you in my life means a lot to me. And that's not on some, oh, I just say it for the screen. No, I'm dead ass serious. I mean that shit. Having you around in my life is just, it enriches everything that I do here. But I'm gonna go ahead and tell you how these parasocial relationships can lead to problems. Donald Trump is a parasocial relationship in a really ugly, ill-fitting suit. His support is not coming from people who think. His support has never come from people who think. He is a soundbite with shoes on. And every one of y'all know I'm telling the goddamn truth. The screen, media in general, social media in particular, only enhances what's already there. If there's nothing there but a piece of shit with a podium, a microphone, podcast bros sucking up to him, people calling him the greatest thing ever, what the hell do you think you're going to get? You're going to get a large-ass piece of shit. After last night's show, my wife would like to donate an additional $100 for the platter post. Listen, the platter. Y'all are determined to make me do this platter pose. I don't know what the hell is going on with y'all. Y'all are determined, like Thomas. We gonna need that drop in the hood, dog. That's gonna keep the whole block fed. Like, no, it's not. No, it's the whole block will in fact not be fed with me. But again, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know the dangers of believing people in a screen, look at Donald Trump. And see, here he comes. My big brother, goddamn chaos is in the building. Shenanigans may begin. Donald Trump is a perfect example of that. He is the soundbite president. He is the social media president. That's why when that man ran the first time, he did not think his punk ass was going to win. I'm going to tell you honestly, he did not think his ass was going to win. Do y'all know what his actual plan was? He thought he was going to get his whole ass whooped by the big Clinton machine. He thought then I was going to be able to open and run Trump TV. And don't forget the honey sauce. Yes, ma'am, honey sauce. He did everything he possibly could to lose. Everything. For the first time in American presidential history, a presidential candidate talked about his own penis on stage. That's a thing that happened. That's a thing that happened. He talked about the size of his penis on the debate stage. He did this. 2015 or 16. He did this. When he was talking about Marco Rubio, he said, well, he says my hands are small. If my hands are big, something else on me is big. He said that shit. For the first time in American presidential history. Okay. All right. Damn it. No, not that. Nope. Hold on. Sorry about that, Instagram, but you gotta go. You gotta go. Instagram over there tripping again. I'm frozen or something. I don't know what the hell's going on. But again, ladies and gentlemen, this man brought all of the accusers of Bill Clinton doing shit to women, he brought them to a goddamn presidential debate. First time, American presidential history. He brought the victims, and I didn't mean it like that, but victims of Bill Clinton, supposedly Bill Clinton, to a debate stage. He brought them in while he was debating Hillary Clinton, as if Hillary Clinton was responsible for what Bill did. Make that shit make sense. Make it make sense, Jesus. For the first time, I'm about to get to hold on, can we not? I'm slow cooking, hold on. For the first time in American presidential history, a president told a white supremacist group to stand back and stand by. His loss to Joe Biden resulted in something that has not happened since the War of 1812, which is our Capitol building being stormed. He did that. Collins, bitch, you talking about his shrimp course because he's sick of everyone saying he took Bubba up the ass. Hey, yo. Chap, you know you ain't never late to the sound of coffee. Stop playing like that, dog. And again, this is a man that ran for president who did not think he was going to win the presidency. Have y'all ever noticed that in that first term, Donald Trump always looked like he didn't know what the F he was doing? Thank you, Infernal. First time in American history that the Confederate flag has ever flown in the Capitol. It didn't even do that shit during the Civil War. Y'all remember that man's first term? We just walked around like, I'm going. Here we go. The man was in charge during a pandemic. And his answer to a virus that is killing people is drinking bleach and shoving a UV light up your ass. Does that sound like a man who should have ever been president? No. But because of the screens that y'all are watching me on, people watched him on these same screens. I told y'all I did a talk. I was a guest speaker at an event in Corbin, Kentucky. Michael Pruitt came down and I just gave him a big ass hug because I love him so much. But before I had made my last speech, I drove around a little bit because it's Corbin. I want to see what the hell it sounds like. And I told y'all I saw that house that was leaning so hard it looked like Fat Joe's lean back was hitting his shit. That house was leaning. Whole house leaning. The house is not the car, no. The garage, no. The whole goddamn house leaning. What's sitting in front of it? In front of this leaning ass house, a Trump flag. That is parasocial relationships. Your life is a complete and utter dumpster fire. You are currently living in something that was passed over to be a $10 house.
Mama's still working in them $10 houses.
And yet you got enough time and enough wherewithal to put a goddamn Trump flag in front of this house that is like 2 tears in a bucket away from being all the way down. When your house is doing the shoulder lean as a foundational thing, maybe you shouldn't live there, or you probably shouldn't have that goddamn dumbass Trump flag in front of it. Yes, Angry. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Didn't he allegedly say something to the effect that he thought he would only have the presidential duties for a couple of months, so, and an SNL made a skit out of it? Yes. Yes. House was built on thoughts and prayers. House was built in Houston. House doing the gangster lean. That house. And in the process of people having these parasocial relationships with Donald Trump, what else did you see come out of it? Oh, that's right. The worst impulses of a lot of people. The worst impulses of a lot of people. He makes them feel like it's okay to be racist, the sexist, the homophobic, xenophobic, anti-Semitic, Islamophobic, transphobic, and ableist. He gave them that. He gave them that battery in the back. He did. One of the reasons I will never like that man, I haven't liked that man since 1989, and I still don't like that man, is because of that. Black folks have always known there's racism in this country. We have there's not a black person in America right now that goes racism unless they're a sellout, unless they're a Coonesian. They ass no goddamn well racism happens in the United States. But he made it acceptable. He made it acceptable to come out. Parasocial relationship. And what's the first thing you hear these bastards do? What is the very first thing you hear these bastards do? It doesn't matter what he does. It doesn't matter how he says what he does. It doesn't matter any of that shit. The first thing they will do is, what about? What about Obama? What about Biden? What about Kamala? What about Nancy Pelosi? What about Chuck Schumer? What about AOC? What about? Parasocial relationship. These people don't care about the truth. They don't. They do not care about the goddamn truth. They never have. They never have. Never. And what a lot of people are now understanding, and it is horrifying them, is that these people were in their families. They were their friends, loved ones, baby daddy, baby mama, the chick you giving some good dick to, the dude you giving some of that good cooch to. You now discovering that these people are horrible human beings. Because again, parasocial relationships. When the person that you're following acts like a dick, you feel like you can act like a dick too. Somebody tell me I'm wrong. Somebody tell me I am wrong. The two people that went at me, both of them got their lives are so effed up, I'm surprised they can speak. I'm dead ass. I'm surprised they can open their mouth and talk to me. I'm surprised. Glass house my ass, bitch. You live in a glass planet, bitch. You out here throwing rocks. You are out here throwing all the rocks in your house. Your shit can be broken down with piss. Like if I pee on the side of your goddamn house, the bitch will come down like glass shattering. Ah! But because they have followers who believe every single word that comes out of their mouth those same followers are just as nasty as they are. It is hard as shit to be authentic in a social media age. Do y'all understand the first law of the Villains Guild is be authentic? That is a law. You cannot come into the guild and tap dance like you are somebody, and then we mess around and find out you're not. Bitch, you will be gone. You will be gone. Every time my name is brought up, there's always the same usual suspect. It's always the same group of people. Why? Because those are the people who believed that because I had 1 million followers, it would be a jump off for them, and it ain't. It's not. It is not. There's a lot of people that I used to consider my brother or my sister who I'm not effing, I will never talk to them again. Because when shit got bad or when I truly needed them, they were gone. But parasocial relationships via social media will do that to you. If you live your life based on the social media algorithm and the people that follow you, you will be let down more times than you can possibly goddamn imagine. If all you have in this world are the followers that you have, but you're a piece of shit and you've turned them into pieces of shit, when you go too low, they will get gone. It's the reason people have 500 and 600 goddamn accounts. Because they know for a fact what comes out of their mouth is disgusting. It's on site. It's on site. You can be somebody that talks shit about black women all you want until a person steps to you who defends black women. And because you are over here disrespecting them, and the person over here is defending them, on social media, all they see is the sizzle. They're not looking at the meat. They're not looking at the steak. The steak is this man disrespects black women. This man right here stands up for black women. You would think in a time where people have access to Google and Ask Jeeves and AOL dial-up, you wouldn't be having these goddamn problems, but you do. But you do. Because people don't want to think. He calls them well-meaners. Because in their heart, they really think they're doing something. But they're causing more damage than they're helping. They're causing more issues than they're helping. That's why he calls them well-meaners. I really meant well, bitch, but you didn't do well. Do you see what I'm saying? You meant well, bitch, but you didn't do well. Do you see now what I'm talking about? And that shit leads to catastrophe. When everybody, when the 92% of black women continue to say, if you just listen to the black woman, if you just listen to the black woman, if you just listen to the black woman, a lot of people can get mad, and okay, you get mad, but are they wrong? Because your parasocial relationship with a jackass has got it to where people are dying on the streets and your taxpayer dollars are paying for it. Everybody remembers Renee Nicole Good and Alex Preddy. But a whole lot of people don't talk about Dr. Linda Davis. They don't talk about Keith Porter Jr. They don't talk about the Muslim man who's blind, who was picked up. ICE left him not at his house, but at a goddamn coffee shop, and he died. That's on your parasocial ass. Every death, every abuse that goes on in these ICE detention facilities and shit like that, bitch, that's your fault. Because you did not want to listen to people that knew better. He froze to death. Thank you, Dre. He froze to death. That's on you. Because your parasocial relationship to Donald Trump, a man who has on numerous occasions shown you he don't give a goddamn about anybody but his damn self. You believed he cared? Because he said so? Because he said. You want to talk about believing the bullshit. You want to talk about believing the bullshit. You voted for him because he told you he cared about you. What kind of shit is that? Chris Lotus writes on Discord, parasocial relationships are just psychotic bullshit. I had some emotional ass random who thought he was in the same tier as my close friends accused me of doing something I did not do. He then went on, X gonna give it to you in the Twitter, dissing me because he misattributed some points I made, voicing frustrations about a community I'm in, and took it as a personal attack on him. This was on the day I had a doctor's appointment and found myself trying to calm his ass down in between waiting time, and I had the doctor's office. Like perhaps my condition might be a silver lining because I've been a reclusive homebody ever since. I hate people that stir up catastrophe like that because they are emotional and don't listen. Do you see now what I am talking about? Thank you, Chris Lotus. That's exactly what I'm talking about. It's not just TikTok, kids, and it's not just one TikTok account. This parasocial relationships has got us all we're on the brink of World War III because of parasocial relationships. That white woman, Carter Brown, who's doing all that goddamn crying, talking about, I was hoping people would be more empathetic and sympathetic and blah, blah, blah. Bitch, no. You don't get no goddamn sympathy. Hold on, let me see what Witchy said. Let me see. I can't find it. Where the hell did it go? Witchy, put it in the Discord. If I don't see it, remember, please put it in the Discord. It goes beyond my TikTok account. It does. And I've had 2 weeks to think about this. What exactly am I missing? Oracle now owns TikTok. What am I missing? On your feed, you remember Ginger Chicken? Yeah, she somehow thinks her proximity to queer people does not negate the fact that she reposted transphobic rhetoric and the overall fact that she's MAGA. That's exactly what I am talking about. Thomas Bishop and Coffee Beans, if you will, send some love and good wishes for my husband and father-in-law. Father-in-law has prostate cancer. Witchy, please tell your husband and your father-in-law that our thoughts are with him. We believe he can beat it. He's a strong man. He raised a strong son, and that son married a beautiful woman. Please tell him on behalf of all the Coffee Beans and all of us here at the Sound of Coffee, we are wishing him recovery, and we know that he is going to win this fight. Thanks, Wolfie. I appreciate that. This is what I am talking about, kids. Parasocial relationships is the reason people don't have universal health care in the United States. I know that's going to sound wild, like, wait a minute, hold on, what are you talking about? Listen to me for just a second. We've had two presidents, a Republican and a Democrat, suggest that we have universal health care. Harry Truman and Richard Nixon, right? What has always been the number one stopping point? Racism. Because somebody believed some bullshit that somebody else told them a long goddamn time ago about black folks being lazy and shiftless and looking for a handout. We don't have universal health care in the United States. These people had a parasocial relationship with this racist asshole who told them this shit, and they never fact-checked it. Never. Hence the reason we do not have universal health care in the United States. And now, every time you bring up the shit, what's the first thing they say? Well, how are you going to pay for it? How are you going to pay for it? How are you going to pay for it? The reason nobody is taking Marjorie Taylor Greene's transformation to anti-MAGA seriously is because, bitch, people listened to you. Do you hear what I am trying to tell you? People listened to you. And they voted against their own best interests, sending your ass to Congress and voting for Donald Trump 3 goddamn times. You did that. There's no way in. Why the hell would anybody sit and listen to Marjorie Taylor Greene talk about all the failings of MAGA? Bitch, your ass is the person that built the foundation for that shit in the first place. Imagine if, and I will use those of us who are on meds, people like Chris Lotus, people like Merv who are going through medical issues. Imagine if in real life, old Carter Brown who's crying her ass all over TikTok and shit. Imagine if she had to meet Chris Lotus in person. A couple of weeks back, Chris Lotus informed us that he had to have an amputation on one of his fingers. Tell him about the 3 times that you voted for MAGA. Tell him, oh, I left. Tell Merv about the 3 times you voted for MAGA. See if you get the live reaction that you think you should get on social media. Tell them. Don't tell me. Tell them. Tell them. We have a woman in Arizona who is scared to even leave her goddamn house, and she can't say shit. Because a man got on social media, called her a loser in life, and said, you even lost your titties, hoe. But he's the victim, remember? He's the victim. Everybody coming at me at 5 fingers, thank you. Everybody coming at him, he's the victim. And in a parasocial relationship, people who follow and do not do any sort of research on the person that they following, they believe that shit. So from a small TikTok account to the presidency of the United States, to the prime minister of UK, to the prime minister of the president of the Ukraine, and shit like that, those relationships are what gets people in trouble. Thomas, my reply to paying for universal health care is simple. Those insurance premiums coming out of your check is still going out, just in a different destination. You see what I'm saying? Look, Witchy just solved universal health care right there. In one fell swoop, she just solved it. Right there. You believe some shit that came out of a screen and you never once used that same screen to research whether or not the shit that person was saying is true. You never did. You believed blindly. And that blind belief inevitably hurts people, other people. This is the part about social media that truly shows what type of person you are. It's that part. Do you do harm? Do you do harm? Have I made videos going at people? Yes. Do I apologize for it? No. No, I don't. Because I'm like Tony Montana. I never in my life went after anybody didn't have it coming to them. Not one time. I have never picked on a child. I've made a clapback video at a 15, 16-year-old kid. But I wasn't even like your mama this, that. No, I was trying to talk to the young man. Because again, it enhances what's already there. This kid's 15, 16 years old, pants tight around his goddamn ankles or around his waist. He's got the same selfie pictures like all the other young people. So I said, come here, kid, let me school you for a second. I never went after anybody in TikTok, didn't have it coming to them. Not one time. You do something I find offensive, bitch, I'm going to say something. Because I'm not playing, this was never an act for me. However, it's an act for a whole lot of people. A whole lot of people. Make their money, get their coins, get recognition for the shit they put in front of the camera and not the person that they are on the outside. James Charles is verified on TikTok. This is a man who, it freely admitted, went after a child, tried to have relations with a child. Jake Lang's another one. January 6er, far-right dude. What did he get caught doing this week? Texting a kid, trying to hook up with a child. Because they played a role in the camera. But in real life, they were horrible, horrible people. It's as simple as that. Horrible, horrible people. They can be left and right. They can be Republican, Democrat. They can be black, white, Asian, Pacific Islander, Native American, Mexican, LGBTQIA+. They can be old. They can be young. They can be politicians, entertainers, celebrities. They give you what they think you want on a screen. You give them this relationship, which is always one way. You're giving them the affirmation. They're never giving you anything back. And then you're shocked and fighting your ass off in somebody's comment section when this person turns out to be a piece of shit. When this person turns out to be a molester or a rapist or a racist and shit like that. You give them your love. You give them your money. You give them your time. But what do they give back to you? I never went after anybody who didn't have it coming to them. But I come in the door telling y'all exactly who I am. I'm not a good guy. I'm not. I am not a good guy. I don't try to pretend. I do not try to pretend. In the camera, protect the children. Off the camera, the biggest predators of children. Exactly. There you go. Everyone, I'll be in the Sound of Coffee Discord VC for anyone who wants to talk about anything. Nerd stuff is my specialty, but any topic is welcome. Michael Jordan's a prime example. So you, as the viewer, owe it to yourself. You owe it to the people who are also following. And you owe it to society as a whole to research the people that you want to follow. To not blindly believe bullshit. To not blindly believe bullshit. Because all the camera does is give a spotlight to what you want people to know. Not what they need to know. Hell, not even what they actually do know. They give you an act. Now, Bishop, Australia has some people wishing that Trump was here running the country. I wish you could make a TikTok video telling these people here from Australia what they don't want Trump, why they don't want Trump here. Thomas, I'm by no means perfect, but my life is real and I don't misrepresent it. Exactly. The first law of the Villains Guild is authenticity. You know why we came up with that law? Wasn't a rule, it's a law. Because we understand what a fake looks like. A camera activist. We know what them people look like. You can't fool us. You can't. You talking about 6 goddamn people who have all collectively had enough with fake ass people. We can see them a goddamn mile away. We can see you. You cannot come in faking a funk, acting like you are something, and then we find out you're not. You're not getting in. We do not deal with fake ass people because once again,
Did you know that I can see you?
we can see you. We can see you. The first law of the guild is authenticity. It's not a suggestion or maybe if you get around to a bitch, that is a law. You don't get to talk to us unless you are being your true and authentic self. Because all of us have seen what social media does to people and what those people then in turn do to the people that follow them on social media. We've seen it. Every one of us. We're jaded to it now. Jaded to it. We understand that we don't have freedom of speech. We don't. Hey, listen. Dredd said my upcoming show will be House of Dread. No perfect people allowed. There you go. There you go. There you go. Right there. There you. That's it. That's what I'm talking about. Dredd with a $5 super chat. Dredd with the $5 super chat.
Donations, gifts.
You have to know who you're watching and who you're following. You don't owe it to the person you're following. You owe it to your goddamn self. You do. You do. A man who has credibly sexually harassed women is trying to say I'm dangerous. You can say a lot of things about me. You absolutely can. I will be the first person. Shit, some of the shit I'll agree with. Some of the shit I will agree with. Dead ass. But you cannot say to me, about my goddamn self when you over there a complete and utter goddamn danger to women. You can't do it. I'm sorry. I'll sit there and let you talk shit about my black ass when I know for a fact you are dangerous. You out of your mother effing mind. You out of your mind. Jacina's out of here. Hydrate, elevate. Self-love and self-care. I love you all. Have a beautiful day on purpose. That is the good word from Miss Tracina. Tracina, go out there and sell them roses because none of them are as sweet as you. Just go out there and sell them roses, girl. You don't know the people you're following because you didn't take the time to learn. I encourage people to learn about me. I encourage it. I don't just ask it. Sometimes I demand it. Go look at my track record. Go look. Show me the DM where I sent the dick pic. Find it. Find it. Show me the time I was racist to white people. Show it to me. Find it. Show me the time that I ever made a comment that was homophobic or transphobic. Find it. Find it. I encourage people to find it. Because what you're going to discover is it doesn't exist. Why? Because that's not the person that I am. That is not the person I am. And this is not me saying it for TikTok. It's not me saying it for YouTube. This is me saying it because this is how I live my life. This is exactly how I live my life. I have flirted with a bunch of people. People flirted back with me. But I never take it any further than that. If you go to my Instagram, I'm following a whole lot of plus-size women. A whole lot of them. I go to my threads, following a whole lot of plus-size women. Ask any of them, am I sending them unsolicited dick pics? Ask them, am I sending them what their mouth do? You won't find it. Why? Because that's not the person that I am. I don't want you all to simply come here and follow me because my name is Thomas Bishop and I used to have 1 million followers, blah, blah, blah. I want you to come here and feel like you were safe because that is the sort of place I would want to be. That is the sort of place I would want to be. I'm not trying to go. It's like me going to a goddamn Klan rally. I'm not going to be comfortable there. Bitch, I ain't going. Go to a Klan rally. No, why? Hell, I got to go to a Klan rally for? Don't even know them goddamn people. The hell you asking me for?
Whose goddamn white baby is that?
You've got to give the people that watch you. Thank you, Magpie. A source of income. The only reason people would say that is because they are basing it on the parasocial relationship that people have with social media. You see what I'm saying? Like, how the hell would that even be something that I'd be thinking about? I got kicked out of the Creator Fund 6 months in. Kicked smooth out. Just get out. Your content doesn't meet community guidelines, but translation, I use the F-bomb too much. Y'all don't want me around. You know what I mean? Like, if you feel like this, let's say this is the thing you want to do. You cannot give people something or somebody you're not, because it inevitably comes back and bites you in the ass. It does. You know what I mean? Nice to meet you too, May Money. You are welcome here at any time. If you continue to give people bullshit and you build a relationship based on that bullshit, you rise real high on that bullshit, your fall is going to be studied. Your fall is going to be studied. They're going to study the fall of you harder than a mother. I'm being so serious. The rise, you think is fantastic. A few days ago, your TikToks that got shut down by GC, but GCPR is still running. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn Sound of Coffee, my Sound of Coffee page, still there. Still there. Still there. Thomas, for real, there are a lot of people here in Kansas that are denying they ever were Trumpers. You see now what I'm talking about? Why you running? The damage is done. The damage is done. People saw you with them goddamn dumbass hats on. You the one that took them hats to Disneyland. You the one that took them hats to Worlds of Fun. You the one that took them hats to rallies. You're the one that interrupted drag story hour because you felt uncomfortable. You did that. But now this some bitch got our asses ain't in a war. Now you want to start hiding them hats. Don't. You had a parasocial relationship with a guy that didn't give a shit about you, and now we're on the brink of war. Take your kids, sign their ass up, and let them go fight. You asked for this. And we got E coming on. Come on. People out here hiding their goddamn hats. Yes, Josh, my TikTok is gone. It is gone. It is gone. I'm going to try to fight it again, but Thomas, Magpie and I discussed this a few days ago. GCPR still running. Oh, wait a minute. Wait. I'm sorry about Jay. My bad, Jay. Thomas, that's why I induced my precious Harley to the Sound of Coffee, because she could be protected here. You see that? Do you see that? Now, again, this isn't to my glory. It's y'all. Since day one, this show has been about y'all. Since day one. This show has never been about me. I just happen to be the host. I love this show. I love doing this show. At one point, I was looking at, I'm doing 4 shows. I don't need to do 4 shows. I probably need to do 3, maybe 2. This one was the one, out of all of them, it was like, boom, Sound of Coffee stays. But I want people to be their authentic self, because that's what I am trying to be. That is what I am trying to be. I do not come in here and act like my shit don't stink. It does. I do not try to come off as perfect. I've never done that. I have cried on camera. I have laughed on camera. I've wore a mask on cameras. I've talked shit on cameras. I have flirted on cameras. I put pictures of myself in a suit on cameras. I've done these things because that is the authentic person that I am. I have encouraged Elijah and Angry and Gambit and What Jay Said and Sour Lot. I have encouraged them to be their authentic selves. I've encouraged Way to Go. I've encouraged Dave the Viking and Tiger Bomb and Doc Hazard. I've encouraged them to be who they truly are. I've encouraged Smoking Hot and Taz and Chaos to be who they actually are. This was never about my goddamn glory. It was about, once again, holding on to being authentic. The Millennium Gaze here on YouTube, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard. What was it? Pacific Central Time. What is it? Pacific Time. Go live. Matter of fact, right now, every single one of you, go to May Money's YouTube page and subscribe. I am telling y'all, go do that right now. Yes, I have been elevated on camera. Y'all see the good and the bad with me because there's good and bad in you. There are some high points and some low ones in your life. There are some victories and some defeats in your life right now. Some of y'all are literally out here living paycheck to paycheck. Some of y'all are literally out here scrambling your ass off trying to get gas in your car. Some of y'all right now are in the process of trying to get a job, or have already got a job, or looking at things from the standpoint of, man, I got to get a job, I got to pay these bills, blah, blah, blah. We ain't rich here. So why the hell would I show off opulence? I'm not that person. I've never been that person. Hell, I was raised by two people that absolutely hated that shit. If you try to be a braggart around Robert and Martha McCormick, they were going to give you that look. Y'all know that look. The bombastic side eye. That's my dad. And then out of nowhere, my mother comes into the picture and she gives you the criminal offensive side eye. Hell, I look like, let me show you my house. It's so big. Let me show you my pool. What the hell of shit is that? When there are people out here who are literally trying to get a roof over their head, you want to see that from me? No. No, you don't. You want to see a real person, not a manufactured one. You want somebody that tells the truth, even if they look bad doing it. You want somebody to tell you, you are so much better for the world here, now. You don't want somebody that rubs shit in your face, makes you feel worse. And it is in times like that I think about Rizzy. All Rizzy wanted out of life was friends. That's all she wanted. Friends. People she could hang out with, people she can talk to, people that cared about her. She found a pack of wolves. She found people who financially abused her, verbally abused her, mentally abused her. And mind you, this was all on TikTok. All of it. Messy talk, as they call it. Rizzy wanted friends. Friends. People to love her. To tell her, you not ugly, baby. You beautiful. When I made that video about her, one of the things that I said is, I wish Rizzy had found us. Not me, us. I wish Rizzy was in the Discord server with us, on the chats on YouTube, in the chats during lives. I wish she was. She would have known that nobody here, myself included, is looking for you to pay us to be your friend. We don't want your money. Keep your money. In fact, let us help you do something better with your money. Let us help you, encourage you to buy new clothes or go to different places or have fun, go fishing, things of that nature. Tell us your story about the abusive adoptive parents. Tell us your story. Let us amplify you. Let us show you that there has always been more to life than what people say about you. Let us give you the affirmations that you need. Shab, be safe, brother. Love you. Be safe out there. Instead, she found a pack of wolves. And then she killed herself. On the same social media platform that allowed her abuse in the first place. The same social media application that said that my profanity, my going after people, my clapbacks was not good for TikTok. They let that girl get abused, and they never stopped it. All the videos that I ever saw about lives where Rizzy was on, not one goddamn time did they ever stop it. Not one time. But my profanity's too much. Angry and I had a real good friend who used to come in and watch wrestling with us. We've done shows together. His name, and I mean this, his name was, am I TikTok famous yet? Good guy, good husband, from what I understand, good father, from what I understand. He's just gone. He's just gone. He was trying to find the validation throughout social media that he might not have had in life. I wish, Sanai, good morning. I wish he could have found us. I wish he could have been here. Just wish he could have came to the Sound of Coffee one time. Just one time. Once. That way he would have known that he was loved, he was cared about, and it didn't matter if he was TikTok famous, he was one of us. It's because of these relationships that choices are made that harm people. It is because of these parasocial relationships that people make on social media that will harm others. A parasocial relationship with a failed businessman, a failed real estate agent, has us on the brink of World War III. A school full of children was bombed. Children, little girls. Bombed by a country that swears up and down the biggest threat to women is trans women in bathrooms and trans women in sports. And they bombed a school full of little girls. And the only reason the bomb was there is because the Defense Department put it there. The only reason the Defense Department put it there is because the Secretary of Defense wanted it there. The only reason the Secretary of Defense wanted it there is because the President of the United States wanted it there. And the only reason the President of the United States wanted it there is because nobody listened to the black woman when she told you this was going to happen. Girls like Rizzy, young women like Rizzy, who are literally out here just looking for somebody to care about them. Because if you're going to, if you're going to live your life based on how much love you get, how many followers you get, it's hollow if there's nothing behind it. If there ain't no love coming back, then you are literally giving your time to somebody that don't give a shit about you. How many people have said they're donating money to charity only to find out you didn't raise money for them on a GoFundMe and they just spent all the damn money? How many times has somebody tried to sell you a product that was no good? How many times have people told you use this and you get hurt? But they continue. They continue. Then you're shocked 6 months down the line when you find out this person is a rapist. You're shocked when you find out a month or a year down the line, oh, this person is a child molester. Then everybody starts backing up. You find out who your genuine true friends are. Your genuine true friends are when you're in need. If you have a parasocial relationship with people on the screen, they ain't your friends. You gonna go through some shit and that person ain't gonna give a damn. They're gonna be asking for coins. They're gonna be asking for clicks and likes and share and put it on the FYP. They're not gonna be out here looking out for you. Especially if all they've ever given you is an act. Oh yeah, you sold some books. Yeah. You also bullied a black single mother with a child. And every time somebody tries to hold your bitch ass accountable, you're the victim. And these people still have followers after this. Thank you, E. It's what the Villains Guild and the Outcast Nation is about. Being the voices for the needy, marginalized, and our voices are for them. And it's true. 100 goddamn %. That is what when the moment I realized I was going to be doing this on a full-time basis, I had to be honest with my goddamn self. Do I want to give them a lie or do I want to give them the truth? If I give them a lie, I never have to do anything other than play a part. But if I give them the truth, then I got to be authentic in that truth. I got to tell it, even if it makes me look bad. And I got to fight for people who can't fight for themselves. I can't be here looking for money. I can't be here asking y'all to afford my lavish lifestyle, which isn't really lavish. It's just this goddamn shed and a house I'm trying to pay off before I'm 80-something years old. I can't ask you to do that. If you choose to do it, you will have my eternal gratitude. But I cannot make you do it. Because then it's abuse. It is taking everything that you're going through for granted. It is taking every slight that you have in your life for granted. It is me ignoring every aspect of the life you have to live now, just for my own goddamn benefit. And ladies and gentlemen, I don't need my ego stroked. I don't. I never, ever, ever need my ego stroked. Ever. When people say I'm egotistical, I laugh in their goddamn face. How? I don't need to be egotistical. I've literally had a life where I wanted to do something and I did it. Did it hurt? Yes. Did it cause me pain? You goddamn right it did. Hey, Wolfie, I don't see it. Put it on the Discord. But I did it for my family. And I did it because I wanted to. TikTok does not stroke my ego. It never has to. I got 2 tough boxes full of my ego. Want to see something here? Watch this. Here's some ego for you. I can even read it if you want me to. Ashford University. Upon the recommendation of the faculty and by virtue of the authority vested in the Board of Trustees, Ashford University hereby confers upon Thomas Edward McCormick the degree Bachelor of Arts, Communication Studies in the College of Liberal Arts, with all rights and privileges thereunto appertaining. In testimony hereof, this degree is granted in the state of California on the 23rd day of January in the year 2017. I don't need TikTok followers to give me an ego boost. I just need to look at this. I don't need my ego stroked. I got a 21-year-old daughter in there that says I love you to me 100 times a day, and I say it right back. What in the world can a bunch of parasocial followers do that she can't? I don't need to slide up in your DMs or show you dick pics. I got a wife. And yes, I will never apologize for fighting for my friend. I will never apologize for it. Ever. I will never apologize for standing up for the Angries and the Gambits and the Professor Moriartys and the What Jay Says and the Tazes and the Chaoses and Smoking Hots. I will never apologize for that. I will never apologize for standing up for my little brother. Never. Never. And if that means, oh, wow, you never get on TikTok again. Okay. I never get on TikTok again. Because to compromise that means I am now lying to you. And it is about my ego at that point. Josh said, I got my GED 7 years ago and I'm still proud of myself. Josh, you absolutely should be. You better be. So I'm in the show like this, kids. Understand something. Understand what I am about to tell you. If a person does not give you the true person that you are, or the true person they are, stop following them. Stop. If something don't sound right, ask questions. Like, yo, that don't even sound like the person I know. Ask questions. Get good answers. Then make up your decision there. And above all, unless these people that you see on your computers, on your phones, on your tablets or whatever, unless they are giving you affirmation for you even following them, then they ain't worth it. They are simply there to get their ego stroked and you're helping them with it. And I really want y'all to understand that. Please understand that. Okay, hey, Jamila, I got you. I keep messing up. If you are a content creator, you owe it to everybody that will follow you or is following you currently to be your true self. If that true self is a pervert, then be a pervert. At least people know. They can choose to be around you or they can not choose to be around you, but at least give them that choice. If you drink too goddamn much and you know for a fact you drink too goddamn much, when you meet people off of social media, just don't drink. Or don't go meet people off of social media. If a person has to take edited, doctored videos and 60 whole minutes to say something that you can come and ask and ask anybody and they'll go, that shit didn't happen, maybe don't listen to them. Stop listening to phrases and catchphrases and feel goods when there's nothing else behind them. And stop electing dumbass people because you will know whether or not the shit is true or not. In other words, ladies and gentlemen, always seek the truth in everything that you do, in every place that you go. Always seek the truth. Look for the steak. Wait for it to come to your plate. Do not be fooled by the sizzle. Do not be fooled by the smell. Be fooled at none at all. You don't believe in shit till the steak gets there. You don't believe the steak is cooking until it gets there. You don't believe that the steak tastes good until it's sitting in front of you. The sizzle is there to catch you off guard. The steak is what truly matters, because nobody has ever gotten full off of smells and sizzle sounds. Wolfie, be safe. I love you, brother. Go get some rest. Make sure you tell that kid I'm proud of him, and I can't wait to hear about his first football game. I cannot wait. Wolfie, make sure if you ain't doing nothing but putting pictures of this young man playing football, make sure you do it. I need to see that because I want to root that kid on. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the show. I'm sorry for the false start, but the wife wanted me in the house. She was scared, and at first I was frustrated, but now I realize that was her looking out for me, and I will never knock her for that. As I've told y'all before, Persepolis is back. Persepolis is back. Persepolis is back. And yesterday when I went and got this damn cactus, hold on, we got Kim needing good vibes. All right, Kim, can I get some good vibes? I'm in the hospital tomorrow and I'm going under anesthesia. It always makes me Nero. Kim, you got this. You got this. We love you. You're going to be safe and fine. Please, please know that. We are all looking out for you. We love you. And whatever the procedure is, we know you're going to be back. 100%. We know that. Persepolis is back. Yesterday when I went to pick him up, I almost cried. Again, this is me being truthful. Because this cactus is more than just a plant. It's more than just, it's a cactus. No. This cactus means something. It means that I got a co-host, but I also got something I got to take care of. And I'm happy to do it. There was a lot of shame when we lost the first one. A lot of it. I was ashamed of myself. I felt bad that I had mistreated and hurt this beautiful cactus. I'm going to do my damnedest not to do it to this one. I'm going to do my goddamnedest to make sure this Persepolis stays with us. So welcome back. B-Self is in the building as always. What is it that we say every day, kids? Please understand something, y'all. We are in a perilous time. In a perilous, perilous time. It's ugly out here. It's hurtful out here. People are going to say and do things that are truly going to hurt your feelings. But always believe in yourself. Always, no matter what, believe in you. Hey, Thomas, let me tell you something. I have a mannequin named Magnus and a plushie of a potted plant named Cressy, and they love the cactus and love you. Make him a shelf so we can see him without you having to move him. I think I'm going to do just that, Cinnamon. I think that's what I'm going to do. The truth is always the truth, kids. The truth tastes better and is better for you than the lies of a sizzle or just the whiff of the steak. You don't get fed off of those. You get fed by what's in front of you. Please, please remember that. What is it that we say every day, kids? May your day be as sweet as the coffee in your cup. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, my name is Thomas Bishop. I am known as the Villain. My title and designation is the Brutalist, the leader of the Villains Guild, a proud, upstanding member of the Outcast Nation. Tomorrow is Flag on the Play Friday. Y'all better come in. I'm coming in giving out Kobe's ahead of time because I know how y'all asses are. I will be writing them all afternoon. If you got some that I missed this week, please make sure you send them. This has been a Truthful Thursday episode. I love you too, Nana. Always love you, Nana. A Truthful Thursday episode of The Sound of Coffee on Ghost Law Productions Radio, GCPR, where every voice matters. Love you, damn it. Tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, it is Superplex Party with myself and the Angry IT Nerd. We're going to talk about current wrestling. We're going to talk about the Usos almost whooping CM Punk's ass. But that ass whooping reminded me of the infamous ass beating that was given by the acolytes to Public Enemy. We going to talk about that shit. I mean, holler at that. Oh, I need to talk about that. 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on these GCPR airwaves and streaming on GCPR's YouTube channel. I love you guys. I'm proud of you. If no one tells you they love you today, I love you. If no one tells you today you're beautiful, you are beautiful. If no one tells you today that the world is made so much better, so much brighter with you in it, I'm telling it to you. with nothing but admiration, love, and respect for you. Please remember that. As always, ladies and gentlemen, with love in my heart, I say this. With peace on my mind, I give this. Oh, shit, him fine as hell. And a tad bit of hair grease. I will see you all tomorrow for Flag on the Play Friday. I love you guys. Be safe. Peace. I love you. I always have, always will. Don't you ever forget that.